On the night of January 19, 1981, as Jimmy Carter spent his final hours in the White House, intensely focused on securing the release of 52 American hostages held in Iran, a very different scene unfolded at the Capitol Center in Landover, Maryland. Ronald Reagan's all-star inaugural gala, produced by Frank Sinatra and directed by the renowned Marty Pizzetta, brought together Hollywood glitz, patriotic fervor, and a spirit of celebration that was unlike anything seen at previous inaugurations. The venue, filled with 20,000 attendees who paid between $100 and $150 per ticket, was abuzz with excitement for the grand event broadcast live on ABC. As Carter monitored the tense hostage negotiations, which would ultimately lead to the hostages' release the next day, Reagan's gala symbolized a new era of optimism. Johnny Carson, 55 years old at the time, served as the evening's master of ceremonies. Known for his sharp wit, he opened the show with humor, quipping about the unusual spectacle of a presidential premiere. Frank Sinatra, 65, captivated the audience with a performance of New York, New York, exuding the effortless charm that made him a cultural icon. The sibling duo Donnie and Marie Osmond, aged 23 and 21, brought youthful energy with a medley of patriotic classics, including This Land Is Your Land, God Bless America, and America the Beautiful. Ethel Merman, 72, belted out her signature, Everything's Coming Up Roses, reminding everyone why she was Broadway royalty. Bob Hope, 77, and Dean Martin, 63, delivered comedic and musical performances that reflected their long-standing connection to Reagan from his Hollywood days. Rich Little, 42, entertained the crowd with his spot on impersonations of Reagan, drawing laughter and a playful comment from Nancy Reagan, who remarked, "You do Ron better than he does." Ben Vereen, 34, performed a tribute to vaudeville performer Burt Williams, a controversial act that included a segment in blackface intended as a commentary on racial stereotyping in entertainment. However, a broadcast misstep cut away during the performance, leading to widespread misinterpretation and backlash. Debbie Boone, just 24, brought a heartfelt moment with her rendition of You Light Up My Life, while country music legend Charlie Pride, 42, added a soulful touch to the evening. The gala was a significant departure from tradition. Unlike the more formal, exclusive inaugural balls of previous years, Reagan's event was a Hollywood-style production that reflected his unique background as a former actor. It blended politics and entertainment, transforming the inauguration into a spectacle that resonated with the broader public. The decision to hold the gala in an arena and sell tickets to the general public marked a shift toward inclusivity and scale, breaking new ground in how such events were conceived. At the same time, in downtown Washington, Jimmy Carter remained at his desk, immersed in the final negotiations of his presidency. The Algiers Accords had been signed earlier that day, and Carter awaited confirmation of the hostages' departure from Iranian airspace, a resolution he had tirelessly pursued throughout his term. The hostages were ultimately released just minutes after Reagan's inauguration, the following day symbolizing the conclusion of a deeply challenging chapter for the Carter administration. Set against the backdrop of early 1981, the event captured the zeitgeist of a country yearning for renewal. The top movies of the time, including 9 to 5, The Empire Strikes Back, and Stir Crazy, mirrored a cultural shift toward empowerment and escapism. On the music charts, John Lennon's Just Like Starting Over and Neil Diamond's Love on the Rocks struck a chord with listeners, while shows like Dallas and MASH dominated television. In sports, the Oakland Raiders were preparing to win Super Bowl 15 just days later, and Larry Holmes reigned in boxing's heavyweight division. For Reagan, the gala was not only a celebration of his presidency, but a masterful blending of Hollywood's glamour with the prestige of the American presidency. It was a moment of transition, bridging Carter's final act of diplomacy with Reagan's optimistic vision of America's future. In the ages, talents, and legacies of those who graced the stage that night, the event underscored a unique chapter in American history where entertainment and politics seamlessly intertwined, setting a new standard for inaugural celebrations.